house we're about to visit is ready for change. The family who live here have outgrown it, but love the area and want to stay. With the help of expert design teams, this home is going to get the treatment it deserves. But there's a very important decision to be made. On one hand, they could renovate. On the other, knock down and rebuild. It's a massive decision for the owners to make sure that they end up with a comfortable, healthy and efficient home that they've always dreamt of. And of course, budget is always an issue. One family, two teams, one question: renovate or rebuild? I'm Josh Byrne, an environmental scientist with a passion for beautifully designed, healthy and efficient homes that save energy, water and money. I've got the call out from owners Stephen and Alison to discuss their home here in Malabar, a quiet coastal suburb just 12 kilometres southeast of the Sydney CBD. The median house price in Malabar is around the $2 million mark, but luckily Stephen and Alison bought the property before the boom. Their home is ready for change and they need some help. This is a great area. What brought you here?
We were living in the inner west with our in-laws, just had a baby, and we were looking for somewhere that just had a bit more space and also access to nature and open space.
Stephen, Alison, Luca and Millie are a young, active family. They enjoy nature and love being part of their seaside community. And they also love bike riding. Gotcha! So your home is really cute. What is it that's not working for you?
Yeah, we absolutely love our home, but it's just a little bit too small. We've got kids now that are 6 and 4 sharing a room, and we see that as having an end date. They'll eventually want their own space.
It was sold as a knockdown, but we couldn't afford it, so we did as much as we could to make it livable, so the outside and tidied up the inside. But structurally, there's a lot of damp, rising damp.
And the rising damp issues are causing problems?
Well, look, we do have some moisture issues, definitely. Then there's also the sewer. We've still got our original pipes, so we've got a few issues there. Like, we need to redo the bathroom and put in modern pipes.
Sometimes we lay in bed and there's the odd odour.
You're pointing fingers at one another.
Indeed.
Sold as a knockdown, the family have been putting up with bad smells, rising damp and mould, which can be really bad for your health. Plus, the house is too small for this growing family. These things need to be addressed, but there's also a lot to love about this house. So what is it about the house that does work for you? What do you like about it as it is?
I love its character, the cornices, the big windows, the natural light, the beautiful old polished floorboards. There's a lot of character there that you might not be able to get in a new build.
And the aspect, we love the aspect, but in modern urban areas, we're now being built out, so to recapture the view that we once had when we moved in, there's some adjustment we need to make to really capitalise on that and the light and ventilation that is available on that block.
How about the performance of the home in terms of comfort and air quality and light?
I've noticed that in summer we're using the fans more, and luckily at the moment we can block off the room, so in winter we can heat up little areas, but definitely like to improve the energy efficiency and understand the way in which we're using energy and moderate that, and teach the kids about energy use as well.
OK, we're getting a good idea of what Stephen and Alison are looking for. More space for a start. They'd like to keep the character they love and recapture their ocean views. They want an efficient, comfortable and healthy home that matches their active lifestyle. And there's more on their wish list.
One thing I'm really keen for is a granny flat, one for the in-laws, but also as a potential income stream to help fund the new design.
Of course, this also needs to be within their budget. Stephen and Alison have set an absolute maximum spend of $1 million. So the designs will need to include everything on the list without breaking this limit. We're going to need some help from the experts to see if all of this is achievable. Let's meet the teams. On Team Renovate, we have Michael and Carleen, fan favourites from the block and stars of their own show, Ready, Set, Reno. These guys have an eye for character, injecting their unique style on every project. They will go to any length to reinvent the past and renovate all the way. On Team Rebuild, we have Norm and Jess, the block's true blue heroes and radio superstars. They have a soft spot for heavy machinery and will be looking for any chance to knock it down and rebuild. The winning team will get to donate $1,000 to their charity of choice. And if we've learned anything from watching these guys on the block, It's that they love to win. Game on.
Here we are.
Oh, it's musical.
Gate's a bit squeaky.
Oh, this is cute. It's got a really cute little sweet frontage.
I'm not sure about the corrugated iron. It's a bit jarring.
How's the door? Got to salvage that. How amazing is that cornice?
It's not very big.
Old homes weren't big. It was, you know, compact. Look at this cornice.
There is a lot of work in that cornice, I reckon.
It's amazing. We actually really love a home with history. If you've got beautiful bones and you've got those really interesting decorative features, you have to salvage them where you can. This house is loaded in character and personality, and I reckon has a lot of potential for a renovation, but I think it's a little bit compact.
Oh dear.
Rebuild.
What a disaster if you're trying to renovate this. Looks like an outside toilet.
Tiny. What do you do with that? We rebuild, we make it bigger.
Should we go in?
Let's
Couldn't
go
get
in.
any worse.
Let's go in. I could. She's old, hun. She's old.
It's cute, but I don't think it's savable. God, Michael and Carleen are going to have to pull something out of the hat. I think we've got this.
They're dreaming.
They are absolutely dreaming.
First thing I noticed was the size of the house.
It'd be easy to clean because there's not much of it to clean.
No, it was only about 4 square metres all up to clean.
It's a shame that we can't keep this. The detail in this is gorgeous. For the price that it's going to cost to get up to scratch, you wouldn't bother.
No, let's modernise this bad boy.
Yep, let's give this family the house that they deserve.
Yep, knock it down.
Knock it down.
Well, it looks like they both think they know what's best for this house. Coming up, the team meet the owners,
We think it's renovation all the way.
and the competition is set to explode.
Well, there is no doubt that this house is in need of some work, but we think it still has plenty of charm, making it ripe for a renovation.
And we'd love to know what you guys think, so please leave a comment below. And if you're after some exclusive content, please jump on the website renovateorrebuild.com.au.
The teams have walked through the home and given us their first impressions, and it sounds like they don't agree on everything.
This is cute.
Oh dear.
But there was one thing that caught both their attention.
What about the view, though?
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't know that from the street. The view that you've got out the back of this property is amazing.
Is that the ocean?
Well, it's either that or it's a little dam because you can't see much of it.
I know.
That building next door's in the road.
I think the best use of this property would be to renovate what's here, build an extension out the back that's going to take advantage of all these views.
I bet you Michael and Carleen would want to renovate out to the boundary of the other house so that they can get that view. But why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just rebuild in the middle of the yard so that nearly every room in the house can have that beautiful view?
I mean, there's no good reason to knock this down and start again. You've got a solid building, you just need to capitalise on it.
Brand new house, couple of beers, looking at the view, just living your best life.
And house there to house here, I reckon here would nearly double the price of the house.
Then we build a granny flat up there so that, say, if they ever get in trouble with money or if they need to offset their mortgage or anything, you've got an income stream coming from one side of the property.
Time for the teams to meet the family they are designing for. Well, guys, you've got some serious skills in the room.
We've watched the block. We know they've got lots of enthusiasm and experience.
We've got Michael and Carleen from Team Reno and Jess and Norm from Team Rebuild. Let's hear first what Team Reno have got to say.
Yeah, we think this house has an amazing amount of character. You know, walking through, you guys have done a great job with your interim renovation that you've done. And we think it'd be great to try and keep some of that character in the build, and despite what Norm and Jess might say, we think it's renovation all the way.
Oh, I'm loving this competition already. How about Team Rebuild?
Okay, we appreciate what Team Reno said, but I think Don't listen to them. Don't be silly. So you've already had a crack at the renovations. You've already seen what this property can do, and it obviously couldn't give you what you wanted. You have such an incredible view if we rebuilt further down your block. And to offset a bit of income, you can have a granny flat at the front, so if ever the economic climate goes down, you will always have that support in creating that extra income. So we promise you, we can give you everything you want, plus a couple of dollars on top of that.
Oh, saving money with the rebuild.
Yes, we are. Too cheap. Why wouldn't ya?
Well, you guys have a lot of thinking to do, and our expert design teams have a lot of work to do. Shall we get this journey started? Yeah. Let's do it. So, how did the teams feel their initial pitch went?
I think Steve and Ali were very receptive to our ideas in terms of renovating as opposed to rebuilding.
We want the house to be super livable and affordable as well.
One point, especially when we're talking about the granny flat, I saw his wife go, that's what we wanted.
Ali, are you leaning towards anyone in particular at this point?
Oh, it's hard to say without seeing their designs. I'm sure they'll both be great.
Now I guess it's our job to get something together to really put them over the line. You know, Norm and Jess are probably going to come up with something impressive, so we need to step it up and hopefully we're the winners.
Oh, sorry. Bit of to and fro at the front door just to let them know who was king. See that door, mate?
Look at it.
That's the last time you're going to see it.
Have a look at it. I think Norm and Jess mean business. You know, they're a great couple, but I've got a slight feeling that they're pretty competitive.
Michael and Carleen really love this house. So that'll be really handy because when we knock it over, they can choose whatever they want to take home with them.
Coming up, the teams get to work on their designs.
Demolish that.
And pitch day is here, with some specialist judges on hand. And one team's going to miss out.
Michael and Carleen have smashed it out of the park. Damn it. Poor Michael and Carleen from Team Renovate. There is no way that they're going to renovate this old shack. But we need your help with our designs to get it across the line. Click on subscribe or like and tell us what you think we should do.
I'm going to hook this bad girl onto the back of my ute and we're going to pull it down, hun.
I don't want you to.
If you want to see exclusive content, log on to
renovateorrebuild.com.au.
The teams have the brief. Will renovation reign or rebuild prevail? It's time to get designing.
When you look at this space, it's crazy to think that Norm and Jess want to bowl it down. So that's the existing part of the house. If we then go and put an extension on the back of it and build to the edge of the building envelope, we'll still be able to get those sea views and breezes.
Which is the whole idea. So we can achieve that with a renovation without having to bulldoze what's currently there.
The old existing house is up here. Demolish that. We start our new house starting here, and then out here have entertaining.
Team Renovation look beyond for inspiration, thinking about some of their favourite renos.
I think this design sort of exemplifies what architects like Sean Lockyer do well in Brisbane, is celebrating the original home, lifting it and doing the extension out the back to make it a bit more conducive to modern living.
I think the key to this job too is material selection. You know, we've seen Solare Properties do it well. They use sustainable materials to build high-end homes, and I think we can do exactly that here.
While Team Rebuild go one step further by checking out one of the latest energy-efficient display homes.
Oh, wow. We found out that Steve and Ali wanted a healthy, comfortable and efficient home. So we found a 7-star home. We're going to check it out to get some inspiration.
Have a go at this. As soon as you walk in, it just feels comfortable, doesn't it?
Yeah. Feels healthy,
yeah.
doesn't it? When you think of energy-efficient homes, you expect a bit of straw or a few spiders or something. This looks beautiful.
Oh, it's a modern-day home, like the modern-day home look, and it's got all the actual features of the 7-star ratings. I can't get over this house, 7-star rating for the price of $240,000.
And it's cool. It's hot outside, but it's cool in here.
And then no aircon's going.
And they're getting no electricity bills. High efficiency equals low bills, and that's what we live for, low bills.
It's going to save them a fortune. 43% of energy bills are generally wasted on warming and cooling the house.
judging day has arrived. Both of our teams have prepared their designs and they'll be pitching them to Alison and Stephen because ultimately it's their choice. Will they renovate or rebuild? We've gathered at the University of New South Wales for a head-to-head presentation. Shortly, we'll get the design pictures from our two teams and then it's judgment time.
We're hoping to see some innovation that's hit the brief, so some ideas we haven't thought of ourselves that we can take forward.
Ultimately, it will come down to the owner's decision, but we have some specialist judges here to provide valuable insights. Zali Reynolds is one of the top real estate agents in the country with an eye for design and functionality. James Treble is a highly sought-after interior designer with his finger on the pulse of the latest trends and a keen eye on future directions. And yours truly, reviewing energy efficiency and building performance. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get straight to the design pictures. Over to Team Renovation.
The objective of our design was to create a home that really celebrated the original structure.
Team Renovate's design makes the most of the space under the existing house to create a utilities area to accommodate the laundry, a rainwater tank, battery and general storage. A new connected ground floor structure built from reverse brick veneer will extend the house deeper into the block, serving as a rumpus room with a kitchenette and additional toilet. Above this, sitting on a suspended concrete slab, an open-plan kitchen, dining and living area looks out onto the expanse of coastal views, with window placement and shading devices designed to capture warming winter sun and provide shade in summer. A generous outdoor deck area links the inside and outside beautifully. The original house gets a major makeover and will be reconfigured internally to include 4 bedrooms, a study, the main bathroom and an ensuite. The existing and new buildings are connected by a cleverly designed breezeway corridor, ensuring good cross-ventilation to all internal areas, capped off with a hip and gabled roof and a 6 kilowatt solar energy system on the northern side. At the rear of the block, the design proposes a separate ancillary dwelling sitting above a 2-car garage that's connected to the rear lane. The total construction cost is an estimated $1.19 million.
I think they've absolutely nailed it. I love the style, the high-pitched roofs, the cement, the concrete, the wood. I could move into that living space. I absolutely fell in love with it.
Michael and Carleen have smashed it out of the park.
Damn it! That's going to be hard to top. Now time for Team Rebuild.
Hello.
Thanks for having us here today. We're sorry you had to go through that rubbish just before.
Let's show you your future house.
Team Rebuild have taken advantage of the deep sloping block by extending the building along the full length of the property. The ground floor of the western end includes a tandem garage and a rumpus room, laundry and a bathroom, also built out of reverse brick veneer walls. Above that, on a suspended polished concrete slab floor, is the open-plan kitchen, dining and living room, with a deck looking out onto uninterrupted coastal views. The windows and veranda design have been carefully considered to maximise natural light and winter sun, whilst providing protection from hot summer sun. Moving back up the property through a connected breezeway corridor are 4 bedrooms, a study cum music room, master bedroom, main bathroom and ensuite. A striking feature of this design is the extensive roof garden over the middle of the house that will be irrigated from a large rainwater tank. The flat profile roof over the main living area will house a 6 kilowatt solar energy system and has been designed so as not to interrupt the views from neighbouring properties. The granny flat that Stephen and Alison are keen on is located at the front of the property, separate to the main house, but linked via the rooftop garden. The total construction cost is estimated at $1.39 million.
We love the thought of starting afresh, a completely new place that we can tailor to our needs. A little bit overwhelmed potentially by the cost elements.
Well, there you have it. 2 very compelling design presentations, both responding to the brief in slightly different ways. It's now time for us judges to duck away and score which we think is the best design, but ultimately, the choice to either rebuild or renovate will be with you. the judges step out to deliberate.
I'm really impressed with the way that they have used the character of the old home, the flow of the floor plan, the use of the indoor-outdoor space, and then obviously the car parking. That's a huge and really important factor when you're selling a property.
And a great choice of materials.
Yeah, really good materials, and I love that big, open, beautiful ceiling. It's just so nice and bright. I reckon that's a great shot, especially like from real estate.
Absolutely. That was a wow factor for me. Just walking through into that room, I can just imagine it's just going to be wow.
The back of the home with that large vaulted ceiling just opens up to all of those amazing views and lets the room be flooded with natural light.
Now, how about the rebuild option?
I just think that the whole way that they repositioned the home down into the block was very interesting. That rooftop garden was so beautiful, and I think it's great for the neighbours, and they would enjoy it as well, as long as they enjoy getting up there and gardening.
That's a big, expensive feature, though.
It is. I think it's beautiful and really lovely, but I'm not a green thumb myself, and I just worry, how would we maintain something like that?
It's a big, cumbersome build. I mean, beautiful design.
Correct.
Very clever, and again, strong on the energy efficiency, but there's a lot of building there and a big cost.
Great addition of having that granny flat. Both of the designs had that, and it's really good for cross-generational living or maybe an additional income with a B&B rental or something like that.
It could be a close call.
It could be a very close call.
Time to hear the judges' scores.
The score I'm giving on the renovation in this case is...
Two great designs there. I know who I'm voting for, but which way are you leaning? Click on the poll above and vote for your favourite team. And for exclusive, behind-the-scenes info, go to our website at renovateorrebuild.com.au.
Owner Stephen and Alison's home in the seaside suburb of Malabar is ready for change. We've had two expert teams create incredible designs to influence their decision.
They've both given a really lot of thought to the energy efficiency aspect. Other factors that we really need to consider is the ongoing maintenance, and most particularly is the mortgage stress.
And just practically how we see ourselves living in the space, whether it is something that's going to represent us and our family.
Now that the judges have deliberated, the moment has arrived. Which team will win the Renovate or Rebuild challenge and take out the prize of $1,000 to donate to their charity of choice?
I really loved the renovation for a few reasons. I love the use of the materials. I love that raw use of materials and enjoying them in their natural state. I also love the idea of the cross-generational living opportunities with the granny flat and that big rumpus downstairs.
Overall, James is impressed by this very smart design, scoring Team Renovate 8 out of 10. When looking at Team Rebuild's design,
I loved key items about it being repositioned further down the block. It's on that big slope which lets them capture the views, but I understand why coming down the block lets you have side vision better as well and gives you that beautiful airflow. I think with all of this in mind and the usability of both homes together, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Half a point less than Michael and Carleen from the design aspect. What else did he want?
moving on to Zali's thoughts now, starting with Team Renovate.
I really liked the character of the renovation. I think from a saleability point of view, the character is going to hold true throughout the years, whereas as we know, modern homes can change and trends can change. The vaulted ceilings in the back room and the view, that is your money shot. That is the shot that we would use to sell any property. So I really loved that room.
Zali scores Team Renovate 8 out of 10. With Team Rebuild's design, Zali is impressed with the floor plan.
It's a really different design. It's not something we would see or have available for sale every day, so I think it's a really unique property.
However, Zali is concerned about the privacy issues that will come up when moving the home further down the block. She also thinks the rooftop garden could be a drawback from a sales standpoint, as a lot of buyers won't be keen gardeners. With all this in mind, Zali has scored Team Rebuild 7 out of 10. It looks like it will come down to my scores, so here we go.
Team Rebuild's design was certainly spectacular.
But it's a bit pricey and will be a big job to undertake. The rooftop garden, I think, is fantastic and something we should be seeing a lot more of. I'm a little bit concerned about the scale of the building, and with Steve and Alison's brief in mind, I'm not convinced it's the best fit. However, from an energy efficiency standpoint, there are some great considerations. Good solar passive design, good cross ventilation, and solar energy generation. With all of this in mind, I scored Team Rebuild 7.5 out of 10, taking their total to 22.
I've got to say, I was really taken by the renovation design. Clearly, really good considerations around the thermal performance of the new part of the house, but also how The engineering and moisture management issues on the front house have been considered as well. So add to that the fact that they're thinking an all-electric home that can largely run off its own solar system with the inclusion of batteries if need be to further utilise that low-cost or free energy. Big ticks from me. I'm scoring it 8 out of 10.
I'm happy. I mean, it's a good result to know that we've got the judges' confidence.
But it doesn't end here. The judges' scores are not final in this competition. It all comes down to Steve and Alison.
We really liked both of your designs, but if we're completely honest, the style and the nature of the design of the Renovate team appealed to us more. But that's not to say that our scores are necessarily going to reflect that. There are things about our house that we feel potentially just aren't worth that level of investment.
So we're torn because they're both fantastic. We love the people, we love the effort they've put in. Ultimately, we've given the Renovate 8.5 out of 10 and the knockdown rebuild 9 out of 10.
Well, there you have it. Team Rebuild prevailed. This time. We're back at Stephen and Alison's house to present to them a very special treat. The winning team's design has been developed into virtual reality, and we're here to show the family exactly what the house will look and feel like as they walk through the finished design.
Wow, it's so realistic, isn't it? It's amazing technology. It's great to be transported into what could be our future home.
It was amazing. Your reality got mixed up with where you were to where you were viewing the house. I felt like I was inside the house.
You were.
And for Team Rebuild, they get to make a special donation to their chosen charity, the Aberdare Primary School in Kenya.
By winning the challenge, we're able to donate $1,000 to our selected charity.
Yeah!
Fantastic opportunity, 2 great teams, 4 great people, a wealth of ideas.
Now the owners have their design, another journey begins. The build.
Well, there you have it. Norm and Jess have come out on top. This time, the idea of a new house was too much for them to pass up. But did they get it right? Jump on our website and let us know what you think. And we'll see you next time on Renovate or Rebuild. We hope you enjoyed the program. What a roller coaster ride. I thought that Team Renovate had it in the bag for sure. Click on the subscribe button below to be kept up to date and see what happens next. Also jump onto our website at renovateorrebuild.com.au and please leave a comment. We want to know what you think.